In Montgomery voted on a bill today that will criminalize certain voyeuristic photography.
The bill makes it a crime to take a photo or video of a person's private body parts without their permission. CBS 42 News reporter James McConaughey in Montgomery tonight. He joins us from our state capitol bureau with the details.
Last year, a man was arrested right down the road in Prattville for taking upskirt photos of women with a cell phone. The bill in the Senate today aims to shutter that kind of behavior. Alabama Senator Clyde Chambliss said this bill is the result of the law trying to keep up with technology.
It's the beginning of a process of justice for a lot of victims.
Chambliss said the bill stemmed from an arrest in 2017. A Prattville prosecutor attempted to try a case against a man who had taken upskirt photos of women. The victims were just out shopping.
Approached two separate women from behind without their consent or knowledge, slid his cell phone underneath their skirts.
At the time, there was no applicable law in place. They tried to use criminal surveillance laws, but when the cases came up, the judge threw them out.
Criminal surveillance requires that a defendant be trespassing in a private place.
The bill in the Senate makes it a misdemeanor to actually make the voyeuristic photograph or video recording. If it then gets shared, like in a text message or on Twitter or Snapchat, the crime becomes a felony. Chambliss said he's heard even more stories since the bill has been introduced. One of the victims was a young teacher.
You can imagine as you come back into your class, all your students are laughing at you, anyway, she ultimately left the profession.
Chambliss said he doesn't want to saddle young people who make bad decisions with a criminal record, and Egdahl agrees.
Young people do have obviously a much greater understanding and use of technology than some of the older folks, and I think they are more likely to sometimes disseminate these photographs, perhaps with not thinking about the consequences of doing so.
So in an amendment, the penalty was lessened for perpetrators under 16. Chambliss said instead he hopes the new law will be a deterrent.
Hopefully it will just prevent it. That's the goal, is just to prevent this type of thing from happening.
The bill passed in the Senate today unanimously. With 27 yeas, it now moves on to the House. In Montgomery, James McConaughey, CBS 42 News, local coverage you can count on.